What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Nocturnal Thoughts coming at you with a real quick video. Right now, I'm in a process. Oh, I couldn't call it a process. Right now, I'm being entertained, watching some YouTube, and everybody chopping it up. I listening to some talking with ADE, who just came back from Saudi Arabia, and he's breaking down the fight between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. And I'm listening to some Fanon International, some Dante's Boxing Nation. 78 Sports TV is doing an interview right now with Deontay Wilder, and I'm tuning into that. But I had to pause because I had a thought, and then I'll get back to it as I get about my day. And then I watched the other British guy, Hitman Strikes Back, something like that. I sometimes tune in to hear, his logic on the topic. And then there's a plethora. Of course, Showbiz the Adult. I watch some Boxing Wave. So I try to watch a combination of, different YouTube guys that's talking about the Anthony Joshua fight, so on and so forth. But I had to stop. I was watching 78 Sports TV, and I was seeing the interview that he was doing with Deontay Wilder. And it just made me think. One thought. And holla back in the comments. Matter of fact, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. One more salute. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. This is one thought that I have, because we all want to know what's going to happen next. We know that Deontay Wilder has a contract date signed in February to fight Tyson Fury. So we know there's no way that we're going to see Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight in any time recent, not in the next 6 months. So the best we could hope for, is for them to fight at the end of next year, right? Like November, December 2020. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. It sounds nice, but it's not going to happen. But we're looking at Anthony Joshua talking about fighting mandatories. And mandatorily, he might go and fight Alexander Usyk. Okay. I'm cool with that. You just got your belts back. This kind of remind me of Dave Chappelle. If anybody ever seen Dave Chappelle's show, when he gave away his show, and then that one comedian took it over, right? And then Dave Chappelle was going around the place, and he was realizing that he didn't have his fame. He didn't have any of the perks that comes with having his own show. And his son didn't respect him no more. His son started respecting Nick Cannon. He was like, who is Nick Cannon? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I'm gonna go get my show back. My show back. So Dave Chappelle went and he confronted dude. What's that comedian's name? Dang, I cannot think of it right now. But he confronted the singing dude. He's bald head now with the goatee. He confronted dude and he took his show back, right? Then once Dave Chappelle took his show back, damn, I can't think of dude's name. I'm gonna think about it, then I'm gonna write it down somewhere right there. He took his show back, and then what happened in real life? In real life, Dave then skated on to Africa. He had a negotiation to do the third season, $50 million contract, and he skated. And Dave Chappelle's show was never the same again. Charlie Murphy and the other guy kind of did a little bit of the show to try to carry it, but it was over. So Dave Chappelle did his little skit where he gave away his show, came and got his show back, aka came and got his belts back. And then he skated to Africa. and his show never was the same again. That's what this kind of reminds me of, but not so much. It just makes me think of it. But anyways, Anthony Joshua had to get those belts back. He got his belts back. We don't think he's going to go fight Deontay Wilder. Nobody thinks that. Now, if he did that, if Anthony Joshua said, you know what, forget about it. People think this, they think that. Forget all that, I'm done with chasing Deontay Wilder. Let's make the fight happen. Go talk to Eddie Hearn. Let's make the fight happen. And he fought Deontay Wilder. Win, lose, or draw. I would salute that 100%, no doubt. If he goes and fight Alexander Usyk or whoever he decides to fight, okay, cool. Right? But this is what I wanted to say. Deontay Wilder, he's fighting Tyson Fury. After he fights Tyson Fury, which to me is not going to be just a clear-cut fight. This is still adversity. This is extreme adversity. Tyson Fury is still Tyson Fury. He's still 6'9", slippery and herky-jerky. So this is not going to be a guaranteed victory by knockout by Deontay Wilder. But after he fights this fight, and if he should knock out Tyson Fury, I feel like, this is just me and the way I think, Deontay Wilder should go ahead and fight Andy Ruiz. Because right now people are trying to say Andy Ruiz is Buster Douglas 2.0 and Buster and Hasim Rahman 2.0. And, I'm talking to a couple of guys I talked to. Shout out to A.H. He's saying, Andy Ruiz might be the next David Tua. And David Tua was a bad dude. I love David Tua. I remember everybody wanted to see David Tua fight like a Mike Tyson and fight Lennox Lewis. And he just was a beast. I remember he had that long hair that spiked up like that. Then he shaved it bald head. He was Hawaiian or Somalian, but he was a bad dude. I loved to watch David Tua fight back in the day. He was a prize fighter. But anyways, I think Andy Ruiz can be somewhere along those lines as well. I agree with you, A.H. He don't have to be a one-hit wonder, a flash in the pan. You know what I'm saying? He did definitely catch lightning in the bottle, but at the end of the day, I don't think he's a fluke. But he has to make his next move his best move. He has to redeem himself because he did embarrass himself on the scale. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. When he fought Anthony Joshua, I didn't see no disrespect. He wasn't fast. He didn't cut off the ring, but he was never getting embarrassed as far as getting dominated in a fashion of where he was getting physically dominated. He was getting dominated as far as the sweet science, hit and not get hit. He allowed Anthony Joshua to dance around the ring, be on his bicycle, and jab him to death. Now that's somewhat disrespectful, but it's not where I'm looking at Andy Ruiz. It's like if you think of Rocky 3. Rocky 3, when he fought Mr. T the second time, Rocky Balboa had to go with Apollo Creed down to the wherever Philadelphia or whatever, or not Philadelphia, wherever Apollo Creed was from. He took Rocky there, and he had to retrain himself and get the eye of the tiger. When he first came to fight Clobber Lane, his first 5 or 6 rounds, he was up on his toes like Vladimir Klitschko, like Apollo Creed, like Anthony Joshua. He was jab, jab, jab. But what happened eventually was the back end of that fight, once Clobber Lane started putting those hands on Rocky, Rocky had to divert from that new method and revert back to his original method, which was the Italian Stallion, go in there and did hard shots to the body and let a lot of punishment come for his man to wear himself out. And then he eventually knocked Clobber Lane out. See, that's what Andy Ruiz was supposed to do if he was Clobber Lane. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to eventually catch Anthony Joshua and make him pay, and then make Anthony Joshua go back to being his old fighter, not be able to dance for 12 rounds. Of course, I expected for Anthony Joshua to dance around for the first 4 or 5 rounds. Andy Ruiz, if he was in better shape, he was supposed to eventually cut off the ring, start putting in some body work, slow AJ down, and then make it a dog fight. And then we would have seen if Anthony Joshua could still take that type of pressure. Andy Ruiz never applied that type of pressure. He came in the ring 287 pounds. So Anthony Joshua stayed on his back pedal the whole 12 rounds. No problem with that. Hold up, let me do that in slow motion so you can get it. No problem with that. But my last thought is what I really wanted to say. Deontay Wilder, after he fights Tyson Fury, fight Andy Ruiz. Allow Andy Ruiz another shot at another belt. Let's not make him a one-hit wonder. Let's let him fight a champion, and then let's show them how true champions fight. And then Deontay Wilder has the opportunity to show Anthony Joshua how he should have fought that fight. They already got Dominic Breazeale in common, and we know Anthony Joshua made work and took care of Dominic Breazeale in 6 or 7 rounds. I want to say 6 rounds, maybe 7 rounds. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But Anthony Joshua took care of Dominic Breazeale in 7 rounds. He fought Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder in record speed knocked out Dominic Breazeale in the first round. Give Andy Ruiz another opportunity to fight at the championship level. Come in better shape. And then Deontay Wilder, because everybody was asking for Deontay Wilder to fight Andy Ruiz. He had won that fight. So even though he lost that fight, even though the money might be the same, I think it still will draw a big audience, a big pay-per-view, since everybody want to talk about pay-per-view. Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder in the States. You know what I'm saying? In the States. And then Deontay Wilder can show the whole world. He can show Anthony Joshua and Anthony Joshua fans how you fight Andy Ruiz. That's all I got. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all my subscribers. Let me know what you think about Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, and let me know what you think about Anthony Joshua fighting Alexander Usyk, or let me know what you think if Anthony Joshua really went hard and said forget about all the other politics and all the belts and all this, and let me fight Deontay Wilder. Let's go ahead and get this dust settled once and for all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Nocturnal Thoughts. I salute the real. Peace, and I appreciate you. I'm out. Enjoy your week.